Hi, my name is Chandler Scott, and today we'll be talking about inequality in India, and specifically the inequality between the north and the south of the country. Now, as we know, and as many foreign investors know, India is well known for its quick growth rate, abundance of college graduates with STEM degrees, and an untapped economic potential. However, it's very important to notice the fact that remains highly stratified between both the north and the south of the country. And this leads us to ask today's question: what can the government of India do to equalize economic development between both the north and the south of the country? And we can answer this through policy solutions on both the political, social, and economic spectrum. It's important to understand that we must begin in the political realm. Now, in the current day and in the status quo of India, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Bharatiya Janata Party have been taking the autonomy away from most of the states in India, specifically putting the power in the hands of the federal government. And we see that this is majorly negative to the country of India, because Prime Minister Modi and his government sends 219 Indian rupees to the state of Bihar, a northern state, for every 100 rupees that they spend in taxes. However, Tamil Nadu only receives a 30 rupee stipend for every 100 rupees it sends to the federal government. And that is important to understand because Tamil Nadu is in the south while Bihar is in the north. And this shows that the government of India is showing itself to be immensely discriminatory and racist towards the people of the south, a people with Dravidian history, and a people unlike the Anglo-North Indians of the south, of the north. As we see in this graph, in the north, there is a specific lack of ability and economic ability to cope with the current day of India and the current growth of India. Whereas we see states like in the north, like Bihar, the northmost part of India, have a GDP below $750 million a year. And that's very important to understand because states in the south are rising quickly and becoming majorly stratified when it comes to these metrics. However, as we see, there are always solutions to these problems, and specifically, the government of India can release some of the power that it has in its hands by passing more measures in the Indian parliament to increase the oversight of state spending, and they must usurp the ability of funding for kickbacks as votes for the BJP. This would increase the relative democracy and decrease the corruption in the country, altogether decreasing the amount of inequality within the country. And third, they need to provide the accountability by ensuring on a federal level that there is an accountability in spending. However, we must also look to the social issues in the country. Bihar and Uttar Pradesh, both northern states, have 51% higher total fertility rates than that of the south. Southern states like Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu carry a rate much like that of westernized nations like the US and Canada with a TFR of 2.1. However, where states like Bihar and like UP are having TFRs higher than 4 children per mother. And further, we must look to the issues of the social issues of bilingualism or the lack thereof in India. In the Indian National Census of 1991, we saw that less than 20% of people in the country of India, a country that is known for being ethnically diverse, have a lack of ability to speak any other language other than that of their home tongue. As we see in India, this has caused major issues. The total fertility rate in the north is represented by the color red, and we see that those numbers are over the replacement level. In a country with almost 2 billion in population, we need to look at that, and we need to look at the social issues that are occurring between the north and the south, and the lack of equality thereof. However, in the south, we see a major inequality with those states being below the under replacement level and having a stable population growth. However, we see that this is coinciding with the poverty rates in the country, with the north of the country having 35 to 40% on average of their citizens being impoverished, with the south having rates of 1 to only 20%. And that's really important to understand because as we look to social inequality, there are many solutions, but they only begin within allowing an economic equality. When we look to the remedies to these social issues, the government of India must first lower that inequality by teaching a lingua franca like that of English. Now, while we've seen the growth of English in the southern states of the country, we have seen those countries grow in foreign direct investment, specifically a 75% rate of investment in states like Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, as according to The Economist, as they explained in 2012, because of the fact that they have people that speak English. However, the Economic and Political Weekly also tells us that this and a raise in education in foreign languages will allow to a decrease of birth rates and a decrease of infrastructural strain and food insecurity in the country, putting the states closer together and putting a solution on the platter for the country. However, we must look to last to the economic plight of the country. Now, Andhra Pradesh Prime Minister, the southern state's Prime Minister, Chandrababu Naidu, tells us that much of the reason for the economic equality in the nation is because of the taxes in the country given from the north into the south. And specifically, the Financial Times in June of 2018 explains that the federal law of the country has mandated strict permits and major bureaucracy to lower the amount of ability of the north while taking and usurping the money from the south by foreign direct investment. As we see in India, the country is majorly devoted to agriculture and small businesses. However, we can help this issue by beginning a laissez-faire approach to the economics and taking the power away from the federal government of India and putting it in the hands of the states, to where they can actually get these things done and they can actually bring foreign direct investment into the country. And this allows the north to prosper without any dependency on the south. And here's the work side. Thank you.